Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nida Rana. Welcome to my YouTube channel. First of all, please follow, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel. Today, our topic is concept of utility. Utility is defined as the power of a commodity or service to satisfy human want. Utility is thus the satisfaction which is derived by the consumer by consuming the goods. For example, cloth has a utility for us because when we can wear it. Pen has a utility who can write with it. The utility is subjective in nature. It differs from person to person. The utility of a bottle of wine is zero for a person who is non-drinker, while it has a very high utility for a drinker. Dr. Marshall states the law thus: the additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase of his stock of anything diminishes with the growth of the stock that he has. In this statement of the law, the word additional is very important. It is only additional marginal benefit which decrease and not the total benefit. OX and OY are the two axes. Along OX are represented the units of the commodity Rasgullas, and along OY is measured the marginal utility corresponding to the consumption of each unit. UU is a utility curve. AB is a utility when one Rasgulla is taken. CD is the additional utility when two of them are taken. CD is less than AB. The additional utility of other successive units are EF, GH, KL, and MN. Classifications of utility. Initial utility is the utility of the initial or the first unit. In the table given on the previous page, the initial utility is 15. Total utility. Look at column 3 of the table. It gives the utility at earn step. For example, if you can consume one rasgulla, the total utility is 15. If you consume two, the total utility is 28, and so on. Zero utility. When the consumption of a unit of commodity makes no addition to the total utility, then it is the point of zero utility. In our table, the total utility after the sixth unit is consumed is 52. At the seventh also it is 52. Thus the seventh Rasgulla results is in no increase waste over. This is the point as zero utility. It is thus seen that the total utility is maximum when the marginal utility is zero. Negative utility. If the consumption of a commodity is carried to excess, then instead of giving any satisfaction, it may cause dissatisfaction. The utility in such cases is negative. In the table given above, the marginal utility of the 8th and the ninth units is negative. Characteristics of utility. First, utility has no ethical or moral significance. Utility is psychological. Utility is always individual and relative. Utility is not necessarily equated with unfulness. Utility cannot be measured objectively. Utility depends on the intensity of want. Utility is different from pleasure. Utility is also distinct from satisfaction. Types of utility. First, form utility. This utility is created by changing the form or shape of the materials. For example, a cabinet turned out from steel, furniture made of wood, and so on. Basically, form utility is created by the manufacturing of goods. Place utility. This utility is created by transporting goods from one place to another. Thus, in marketing goods from the factory to the marketplace, place utility is created. Similarly, when food grains are shifted from farms to the city market by the grain merchants, place utility is created. Time utility. Storing, hoarding, and preserving certain goods over a period of time may lead to the creation of time utility for such goods. by hoarding or storing food grains at the time of bumper harvest and releasing their stocks for sale at the time of scarcity. Traders drive the advantage of time utility and thereby fetch higher prices for food grains. Utility of a commodity is always more at the time of scarcity. Trading essentially involves the creation of time utility. Service utility. This utility is created in rendering personal services to the customers by various professionals such as lawyers, doctors, teachers, bankers, actors, etc. Cardinal utility. The cardinal utility approach is propounded by new classical economists who believe that utility is measurable and the customer can express his satisfaction in cardinal or quantitative numbers such as 1, 2, 3, and so on. And to do so, they have introduced a hypothetical unit called as utils, meaning the units of utility. Here, 1 util is equivalent to 1 rupee and the utility of money remains constant. The two laws. With the above basic premises, the founders of cardinal utility analysis have developed two laws which occupy an important place in economic theory and have several applications and uses. These two laws are law of diminishing marginal utility and law of equimarginal utility. Law of diminishing marginal utility. Marshall, who has been a famous exponent of the cardinal utility analysis, has stated the law of diminishing marginal utility as follows: the additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase of his stock of a thing diminishes with every increase in the stock that he already has. Limitations of over expectation. Dissimilar units, very small unit, too long an interval, care collections, abnormal persons, change in another person's stock, changes in income, habits and tastes. At the end, please follow, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.